Black Lives Matter by Olga, Rachel, and Maya. The Black Lives Matter movement fights against inequality and unfairness because of the discrimination Black people have faced. You probably heard about the various deaths of many Black Americans, but one thing you probably didn't know was that all the deaths brought people together across the world to create a movement called Black Lives Matter. Racism has been around for many years, but more recent deaths have caused a greater tension and impact on our society today. Three women named Alicia, Patras, and Opal began to start of reposting a hashtag created by Alicia saying Black Lives Matter. The other two women contributed by reposting the hashtag on different social media platforms, making it go viral. When the death of an 18-year-old Black man, Michael Brown, was murdered by a white police officer, protesters started to occur, and the Black Lives Matter movement started to grow even more. Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was an African American who died at the age of 17 when he was shot when he was walking back home from the store. George Zimmerman was on neighborhood watch when he spotted Martin and reported that he looked suspicious. Zimmerman shot Martin and claimed that he did it out of self-defense during a physical attraction. Police decided not to arrest Zimmerman, and this started a debate within the nation. He was later charged with second-degree murder, but then his jury was later declared as not guilty. This death started the movement of Black Lives Matter. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor was just 26 years old when she lost her life. On March 13, 7 police officers were getting ready to raid Breonna's home, suspecting drugs and cash. They banged on her door instead of announcing themselves. Her and her ex-boyfriend were at home sleeping when Kenneth got his licensed gun and headed towards the door. The police slammed the door open, and it was dark, so Kenneth shot one of them in the thigh, thinking that they were intruders. As a result, the police fired 16 shots, and another police officer outside showered more shots, resulting in a total of 32 shots. Breonna was shot 6 times on both sides of her body, and the police officers were too focused on arresting the boyfriend than to check inside to find Breonna's dying body. No cops were arrested for the shooting because the police felt that they had rightfully announced themselves, and when all neighbors and witnesses had said that they didn't hear any type of announcement. George Floyd was an African American who was murdered by a white police officer in the process of an arrest. The police officer had his knee on Floyd's neck for almost 10 minutes straight, after making statements like, "I can't breathe and they're going to kill me." After these terrible actions, all police officers were faced with murder charges. More Black American victims killed by police officers: Darian White, Andre Hill, Manuel Ellis, Tatiana Jefferson, Ariel Roser, Stephen Clark, Botham Jean, and Philando Castile. Racism towards Black people is deeply rooted through the centuries, and if history taught us anything, taking racist police away isn't enough to stop it. Synthetic equality is affecting a whole system, in this case in politics, economics, and social components. Some ways to pursue this is by giving more attention to Black-owned businesses, which will advance the Black communities, or doing something as easy as spreading awareness by bringing it to social media or going to protests. Any type of attention brought to this topic is one step closer to finding justice for Black people. Overall, we believe that America has had to deal with all these factors because of people within the media and influence. People with a good education from their parents will redo good things, and the cycle will continue with their kids.